by the similar layout in the previous room, this is also a graduation room for law students. And still today, it is used for the graduations of law students. If you come maybe in, I don't know, like a month, you would have been, well, you actually wouldn't have seen this room because it would have been used by the students. The palace is very much alive over all these graduations with the students, the families, and everybody just celebrating all together. It's really nice, a little chaotic. Venice, with his wife and the entire court coming to Padua to ask advice to the jurists, the professors of law that we have here. Now, this is extremely important because Padua at this time was under Venetian rule, and it's of course no small thing for the head of state to visit a city just to ask advice to our professors. You can see the dean and the vice dean, and here the professors. Now, what's interesting is that although you might think that they look like they're dressed for carnival, the costumes are actually very much historically accurate because the dean that commissioned this, Catalan, of course, still him, he had Giuseppe, the painter who painted this, do a very thorough study of how people dressed at the time. So it's all historically cloth. Now this black cloth represents, of course, fascism, because this was painted in 1943 as well. So of course it had to have some fascist elements, unfortunately. But it also has some more ironical elements, like for example the goblin, the typical ghost from Venice, and pigeons. Because what would Venice be without its pigeons? If you've been to Venice, you know that probably there are more pigeons than people living in Venice. Alright. So I'll let you take this spot, yeah. Helenae belonged to a family, a Venetian family, the Helenae, who were very influential, very powerful in Venice. They actually found 4 doges in their ranks, so quite influential. Helenae was always very, well, she was a brilliant girl. She loved studying. She spoke 7 different languages, ancient and modern. She played 3 different instruments. She also wrote any kind of, poetry, anything. And she was also extremely devout, so much so that at 19 years old, she decided to take vows as a Benedictine oblate, which allowed her to stay at home. She did not have to live her life in a convent, but she also was allowed to not marry, which allowed her to continue with her studies.